My name is Vince Caldicott. I have a business that sells bathrooms to the house builder and hotel sectors. We've had a really interesting year, 18 months. I've been in business, the business is 13 years old. It's been growing at 40% per annum until 2008, when we saw our first signs of the recession, and we fell by 5% that year. We would love to return to the growth that we used to have. I can't see that happening for another year or so, but we are quietly optimistic about this coming year. Well, actually, I have two businesses, so I employ within the two businesses about 55 people. Our main head office is in Farnborough in Hampshire, but we do have branches in Scotland, in Norfolk and Croydon, etc. As a company, we're asked often to price projects which have planning requirements, which have a lot of legislation now about sustainable living. I was browsing the internet one day when I came across a web page explaining all about PLATO Sustain. So that's where I first heard about PLATO Sustain. I clicked on it, filled in something, I can't remember, a questionnaire, and then I got contacted by somebody from PLATO. I decided to join because, as I say, our industry is very much getting drawn into sustainability. If we don't provide sustainable bathrooms for our house builders, then they look elsewhere. So it has become more and more a requirement when selling bathrooms in new house builds. You know, we only have 4 litres of water to flush a toilet now, instead of 7 litres 2 years ago and 9 litres 5 years ago. So, you know, it's a very important part of our business now. The business as a whole has experienced a lot of change in the last 18 months. As I said before, we're in obviously a very deep recession, and our industry, which is supplying the construction industry, is one of the worst affected industries. So we've had to make many cuts. One of the team benefits for our business has been that I've been able to give them some real facts and figures about the importance of sustainability to the environment, to all of our futures. And they have begun to own that themselves. I've produced figures, and now when I go into work in the morning, instead of all the office lights being on, there's just one row of lights on. Now, I would never have dreamt that that would be my experience for my business. Everybody just flicks all the lights on and no thought was ever given. Now everybody's thinking sustainability, let's get the costs down, it's good for the business, it's good for my pay packet going forward. So I do believe that the business, the team that work for me have started to get hold of the benefits of plugging into this whole ethos of sustainability and the environment. If there's been any benefits to me as a person in my own personal development, I would say it would be that it's given me a little bit more confidence as a business leader, if you like, because when I meet with other business leaders, I realise that they're all going through the same things that I am. So, you know, whereas before maybe I felt, well, perhaps I'm just not experienced enough to deal with some of these issues, I realise that all of the people on the team are in a similar place to me. So I think, you know, actually, yeah, I am personally as qualified as anybody else in that team, and that's given me a little bit more confidence, I think. To describe PLATO Sustain to somebody who knows very little about it, I would say It is a program which is designed to educate business people, firstly in the importance of a sustainable business model, the importance of reducing our carbon footprint as businesses. I would say PLATO Sustain is excellent at bringing that to your attention. And I would say, going forward, businesses that aren't environmentally aware and actively reducing their carbon footprint and improving their business model when it comes to sustainability will be at a very distinct disadvantage in the marketplace. I honestly believe that businesses that are keen to improve their impact on our environment will be rewarded for their efforts. I think the government will tax businesses that are environmentally unfriendly, and I think that's going to be a distinct positive for businesses that are actively trying to improve their position with our environment. Businesses have a massive impact on the environment. We produce a huge amount of waste, and that waste needs recycling. The more we can recycle and the less we put in landfill, the better it is for all of us. I wouldn't recommend PLATO to my competitors because I feel that the advantage I get from PLATO is going to give me an advantage with them in the marketplace. But seriously, I would say every business should at least send somebody from their board onto the programme to just, you know, it's a very positive programme. I believe it's going to be critical to their businesses, and the more businesses that switch onto it, the better it is for all of us and for this country.